So you're getting ready to shop for a new bike and you're not sure what the difference is between a women's bike and a men's bike, or more accurately, we should say a unisex bike. In this video, I'm going to share 5 things with you that you need to know when trying to decide between a women's specific bike and a unisex bike.
Number 1 is that the best bike for you might not be a women's bike.
Visualize your 3 best girlfriends. Are they short, tall, slim, stocky? Chances are all 3 have very different body types. One probably has long legs and another has short legs. One has narrow shoulders and the other has wider shoulders. Making broad generalizations about an entire gender just doesn't work. Well-designed women-specific bikes are designed for women with long legs, a shorter torso, and narrow shoulders. If that sounds like you, then a women's specific bike might be a good option. If that's not you, then a regular old unisex bike is probably still your best bet. I would certainly try out several bikes, both women's specific and unisex, before making a decision. Don't limit yourself to just women's bikes.
The next thing you need to know is that the best women's specific bikes aren't just a shrink it and pink it affair.
Within the bike industry, the biggest criticism of women's specific bikes is that it's just a marketing ploy. That's still true in many cases, but there are brands out there, Liv, Juliana are 2 examples, that are truly creating bikes that better serve many, though not all, women. The best women's bikes will offer some or all of these features. Smaller frames, shorter crank arms, shorter stems, narrower handlebars, shorter reach brake levers for small hands, suspension that is tuned for lighter weight riders, and perhaps most importantly, a women's specific saddle that's made anatomy of a woman and it's quite different from that of a man.
You can always swap components to create a better fit or to make the bike prettier.
It's important to know that when you buy a bike, the configuration is just a starting point. You can always add a women's specific saddle, narrower handlebars, a shorter stem. This is often a good way to customize a unisex bike to your particular body type and needs. The best way to know how to customize your bike is to get a professional bike fit. If you're still in the bike buying process, a good bike fitter can also help you pick the right bike for you. Additionally, if your rationale behind buying a women's specific bike is that it looks prettier, consider that you can also add all sorts of components and accessories to make it look more feminine.
Commuters and casual riders may benefit from a step-through frame.
For me personally, I ride a unisex mountain bike and a unisex gravel bike and a unisex road bike. But the one area where I do ride a women's specific bike is my commuter bike for riding around town. The defining feature of women's bikes historically was a step-through frame. This means that there's a slope top tube that makes getting on and off the bike easy while wearing a skirt. Step-through frames can also be great for people of any gender when it comes to commuting with gear. If you have a city bike that's loaded with a rack or a basket or panniers, it's easier to get on and off the bike and handle the weight with the step-through frame. Same goes for anybody riding with a child seat.
Men can always ride women's bikes too.
There's nothing about a women's bike that should preclude a man from riding it, except for maybe a women's specific saddle, but that's something that's easy to swap out. Shorter, smaller men and teen boys may often find that a women's specific bike is the best bike for them. There are some brands, Pivot is one for example, that are doing a better job of creating a larger range of unisex bikes. So instead of just offering a small, medium, and large frame, they're now offering an extra small and an extra large frame, maybe even an extra small frame. This is my favorite approach for both men and women. It focuses more on fitting a wider range of bodies rather than making it a gender issue. The bottom line is that you should choose the best bike for you. The best bike for you might be a women's specific bike and it might not be. Like I said earlier, the best bike is the bike that best fits your body. Spend some time testing out different bikes, learning about bike sizing, and if you're serious about getting comfortable on the bike, then consider a professional bike fit as well. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to Femme Cyclist or visit our website, femmecyclist.com, for more tips and tricks to help you enjoy your time on the bicycle. Happy riding.